Okay, y'all, good morning. My name is Ashley, and I am a 10th year first grade teacher here in Texas, and today is another week of my life, and I'm going to try and be better this time. So, we are headed into school. It is Monday, November 28th, pretty sure. And I will kind of show you what we're doing when we get there, but we have a lot of stuff this morning that I have to get through. So, mainly like all my snacks and stuff, and then just a couple extra little things that are holiday related. So I'm gonna head in and I'll catch you up when I get there. People rushed in and out of stores to buy gifts for the holidays. All day long, Edgar drove them in his cab. So who's one of our characters?
Edgar.
You're close. Edgar. Okay. Oof! Something scrambled onto his chest. Ah! Something hairy brushed his face. Was it a dream? No! It was a hamster. Edgar scooped it up. You're going to turn to someone next to you and you're going to tell them, where do you think the hamster came from? Where do you think that hamster came from? How did he get in the cab? Where did he come from? Turn to someone next to you. Ideas. Those are great ideas. Okay, you ready? Let's see if it tells us. The hamster settled into his hand. Its feet were so pink and tiny. It had two beady black eyes that blinked. Edgar stroked the hamster's back and then set it in his lunchbox. He wondered, who'd left the hamster in his cab? So how did it get in there?
He said, why did somebody put a hamster in?
He said someone left it. So one of his customers accidentally left it in there. Salad. The kind he used to eat back home. And he minced a little tiny one for the hamster. You and me again. Edgar looked at the cucumbers and chickpeas on his plate. Then he watched the hamster nibble on his own salad. Okay, if I call you Chickpea? So what is Edgar going to call the hamster?
Chickpea.
Chickpea.
That's a pretty chickpea.
Chickpea got into the bowl with his hamster food. He did a backflip. Was that a little smile? Edgar took pictures on his phone and shared them with his family in Israel. So where is Edgar from? Is he from the United States? No, he's from where? Where did it just say?
Israel.
Israel, good. He's from Israel. He's from a whole nother country. So he does. Okay, Edgar had a sinking feeling. Someone might be missing the little hamster. Someone might be, well, I might call about him. Why would Edgar be sad about someone calling about the hamster? Why would that make him sad?
Because he really likes that kind of hamster.
Because he likes the hamster. He's starting to love him. So, do you want to get rid of a pet that you love?
No.
No. So he's starting to get a little sad because he might have to give him back. I think this hamster belongs to you, the woman said to Edgar. He looks right at home. She reached out to shake his hand and wished him a wonderful holiday. So what just happened?
He got to keep the hamster.
He got to keep the hamster. Is he going to have to get rid of the hamster?
No.
No, the woman said he could keep him. Okay, guys, it's the end of the day. I'm going to do my very best to kind of walk you through the day. So, first group, well, everything's pretty normal. We're doing announcements this week, so we get to send 2 kids every day to go do like announcements. They get to do the pledges and stuff like that, and then our motto for our school. And so I had to send 2 kids this morning and I forgot, so they had to buzz me because I'm horrible. Sorry, I just got my book. Just want to write this in real quick. Drawing. But yeah, so morning was normal. All my classes was pretty normal. It was a normal week. Sights and symbols. We're doing Texas symbols next week, so I have this book for it. But anyway, so I was writing it down in my little planner. But we did, our morning was pretty normal, nothing too crazy, nothing too out of the norm. We read our story. We did I don't know if you'll notice yet, but instead of doing it like on an anchor chart, I bought a pocket chart to put it in. that's our retelling. So we did that for our retelling. Sorry, I was thinking. That's our retelling one. We did the cutest little book. If you have not read this, it's called Hanukkah Hamster. It is so stinking adorable. So we did that. Did that story. And then their 2 worksheets were, of course, it's the one where they have to like, it's a sequencing where they had to put the parts in order of what they happened. Basically, it's begin just like I have up there on my beginning, middle, end. And then the other part was a story map, because we're talking about problem solution this week. So I wanted to make sure they were doing something with that. So they had to tell me the characters, which is up there. They had to tell me the setting, which is up there. And they had to tell me the problem and the solution, which we did on our Anger chart together. So we have our other Anger chart. Let's see if I can, I'm sorry, I don't want to get up and, okay, so on this Anger chart right here is where we do our stories. So like over here where we have our stories and we have the skill, and we pull out the skill from each story that we read, and then we contrast and compare and talk about it. So we're getting our other, we're getting our contrast and compare every single week. But we did that. Sorry, pre-K is going by for the after school program. And then today, for science, we talked about our body systems and the different systems that our bodies have. And I pulled up a YouTube video. We watched the YouTube video. We did all that. I'll go through the PowerPoint with you real quick too, if I have time. And then, after we finished that, we started talking about, so we're doing one of these. We do one of these every year. It's the student stories. I absolutely love these. This is like my 6th one, maybe fifth one to do, and I absolutely love them. I just adore doing these stories. The kids do too. The parents love them. So we started coming up. We already know we're doing a scary story. The kids wanted to do a scary story, which I was okay with. I didn't want to do another flippin' Christmas one. I think I've done like 5 Christmas ones. No, that's a number. Maybe like 4 Christmas ones, because last year I told them the same thing. I'm not doing another Christmas one. So we want to do a scary story, which I was like, okay, that's perfectly fine. So we came up with 3 characters. We're gonna have a doll, who's the main character. They're gonna be the bad person. I have a ghost who's going to help the doll. They want to help the doll. And then we have the cheetah, who is the good person, and I guess the doll is like trying to scare or whatever. So our next step is to come up with our settings. So we did that today. I'm looking at it on the board so I could tell you all those things. But we did that today, which was really good. And then we got into our center. So writing center this week, they are writing about their story from the last story we read. We do like a week behind, because in the writing class, they write, they plan, they write theirs. They do their like rough draft, and here they do their final draft that they turn in for a grade. And so for that table, they were doing their turkey disguise. So they came up there having to draw me the turkey disguise and then tell me about it, like he is a pirate or whatever they came up with. So they're doing that at that center today, and then they're doing their story map and their sequencing if they have time at the other center to do both. And of course we have our listening to reading, we have our teacher monster, and then we have library. And I changed up library, so we'll see. But let me show you the PowerPoint. So this is our first slide. This is what every group sees every morning when they come in. It just tells them the date. It gives them like a fun little holiday, and it tells them our agenda for the day. And then I went over the library because I changed the library, so I wanted to be very specific and very, talk about this a lot today, because I moved it down to just one shelf. I took out my other big long shelf. It's just over there in the corner. And those 2 boxes are full of books, and I'll just switch the books out. These books will change because I'll get like new books from the library. And then that black box are books from the library too. But this is all like, this is how the library looks. So I went over that a lot today. We talked about with every class. We did our vocabulary words. We had our 2 new sight words for today. We did our story, and then we talked about like the elements, the parts of it. So this is the problem solution is what we're really working on this week. But we've done character and setting already. And this is just talking about what we're gonna do what we're gonna do with those. Sorry, I'm gonna cut all that out. Okay. And then after recess, we come back and we do science. We did this video today. It was pretty cute. And we go over vocabulary today. And then that will be tomorrow. And then during my conference today, I didn't really get to do like too much during my conference. I did work on our letter for our party. I did pull my books, and I did print the copies and stuff that I need to make for next week. And I got my writing teacher stuff. But I didn't really get to do as much as I wanted to, because I had to fill out this long document for one of my students. And it was so, I swear it was like 10 pages long, and the pages were like very tiny, like this, where you had to like read everything and answer if this is occasionally or never, or you know, it was one of those. So I filled out that huge long thing today during my conference. So I didn't really get to do very much. I also had one of my kids turn in a lot of their stuff for their book bingo. So that's going. I need to remind my parents that Wednesday is the last day for the book bingo, and they'll get their new December one on. I need to print the December one. So I'm gonna go do that real quick, and then I will talk to you probably tomorrow. Okay, good morning, guys. So we are headed into school. Today is Tuesday, and hopefully I'll have time to talk to you this morning. I don't have as much stuff to bring in or things to get ready or prep, so we'll see. I'll see when I get there. Okay, guys, so I just got done prepping everything for the day. I got my attendance thing, which is like they decide what they want for lunch. They get 2 choices, and then of course the lunchbox. And then I just changed out my scent. I think I just got glitter, not order. I'm about to start doing some grading, so yeah, that's pretty much what I do every morning. Is I just sit down and get a little bit of grading done. So that's what I'm gonna do real quick. Okay, guys, so I am during my conference, and what am I doing? We had just had an ARD, so I don't get to do everything that I had on my to-do list today. But I already kind of did lesson plan. I just need to find my vocabulary words. We usually team plan today. Sorry, my eye's a little red too. That's okay. We didn't get to team plan today because we had that ARD. So we're gonna hopefully team plan tomorrow. I don't know how that's gonna work, but we'll see. But yeah, so, oh no, I can't team plan tomorrow because I'm gonna be in there all day working. So yeah, anyways, so I will talk to you later. Okay, good morning, guys. I am gonna be pulling kids today for middle of year testing, so I don't know how much I will actually be able to get today, but I will try and get what I can. I will try and update you as the day goes. I'm sorry I didn't get to talk to y'all yesterday. I had to meet with my principal at the end of after school yesterday, and my counselor for my school, and we just had to kind of talk about my evaluation for my internship that I just did. That is today's last day, so yeah. But other than that, we're just gonna keep going. So I'll catch you later. Good morning. Today is Thursday, and we are headed into school. Since today is December 1st, for our school, we do like a dress up day every day, and today is Grinch Day. So I have all of my Grinch stuff on. Got my little Whoville tree. But yeah, so we're headed into school, and I will try and catch you up when I get there. I know I didn't get to pick up yesterday, but I was busy literally all day doing tests and stuff, and then after school I just kind of chilled and didn't listen to someone reading me. So I'll see when I get to school. Okay, y'all, so I just got done making copies. So I'm going to kind of show you what the plans are for next week. So I made copies of this fun little winter word search, and I made enough so every kid could get one. I don't know how we're going to use this yet, but we're going to figure something out. Okay, of course I made copies of our party page that we need to send out tomorrow. And then this is what they're going to be doing at WordWork, I think, next week. So I have a beginning, middle, and end sheet. It's not necessarily WordWork, but one of their centers. This is all about the little reindeer, the story that we're reading. And then they have their story map. We did one today. We're going to do one next week as well. And then we have their sequencing. So these 3 items we literally do together. They basically just have to copy. So if they don't get these 3 things done, it's ridiculous. And then we are doing in writing, I'm going to do this where they match a picture to the sentence. So, and then I'm going to do this to go with our Crazy Hair Day story. So they have to, can you think of another way you could have solved Stanley's problem, which is kind of similar to what we were doing today. And then we have our Hanukkah hamster sheet. So this is the story we read this week. We always do it the next week. So we read it this week, and next week we'll do the writing portion because they do like the pre-writing and stuff in writing class. And then they do the final draft in here. So what do you think Chickpea and Amber Edgar will do next? So these are their center items. So I am setting those to the side. And like I said, I don't know what I'm doing with this word church yet. I need to split this up into the different classes so I can give them their papers. And then the next thing that I am hoping to mark off my list, one of my team teachers was so kind and did my books for me. I need to pull my cards. So that's the next thing on my list that I need to do. I don't need to do this week. And I didn't do this. I haven't graded either, but I definitely need to pull cards. I already have one of my cards pulled because she moved it to next week for phonics, but I need to go get all my cards pulled and possibly work on my focus wall stuff. So that is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go pull my cards. I'm going to sort this, and then I will come back to you if I have time and talk. Okay guys, so I kind of want to talk to you about the last 2 days because I haven't had a chance. It is like almost 6 o'clock at night. I just got done with my after school program and I have to decorate my classroom. So, anyway, so on Tuesday, because I don't think I've caught you up since Monday. So on Tuesday, we had a normal day. That on Tuesdays, I just have them, like, we don't read another book. We review our book. We do our retelling anchor chart. So we kind of go over our retelling pocket chart again. And then we do, we write our beginning, middle, and end. And then we talk about our book again and the problem and solution. And then we, if I had more time, which hopefully we will next year, we're probably going to get an hour and a half time, which would be great. If I had more time, we would be doing journals. Like as soon as they came in here, we would be doing like a journal prompt or something on the board. And that's what they would be doing. And then we'd get into our lesson. But because I don't have the time, I try and get in centers as quick as I can on Thursday or on Tuesdays. So I got in centers as quick as I can. So normal day. And then at the end of the day, after we came back from recess, I had my homeroom again. And so with my homeroom, we talked about, or we watched the Elf on the Shelf movie. If you've never seen it, it's super cute. They have it on Amazon for like $9.99 to buy, $3.99 to rent if you want. I did buy the DVD years ago, but we don't have a way to connect a DVD player thing to our thing anymore. So I just bought it on Amazon this year because I was like, I need the movie. So we watched it on Amazon this year. And then after we get done with the movie, we always talk about like different things that happen in the movie. How did those people get their elves? They sent letters to Santa. We talk about things like, what's the one rule you're not supposed to do? What happens if you do it? You know, things like that. We go through the whole movie. It's so freaking cute. It's a great way to introduce Elf on the Shelf. I did it in kinder and I just kind of moved it to first grade when I came to first grade. So I do the same thing. And then the next day, I'll talk about the next day, but, and that was pretty much it. That's how we ended our day. We didn't have time to do science because we did that instead. So we just went straight, got ready, went home. And then Wednesday, I was testing all day. So when I say I was testing, I was pulling our kids. So hang on, let me grab one of the blank ones. Okay, with our curriculum, we got these guided reading testing packet things. So it has books from A all the way up to, for first grade, we get all the way up to K, I believe. Yes, K. So we have all the way from A to K that we can test these kids on. Actually, no, we go to N on our testing at least. So we can go all the way to N on testing. Anyway, so we get to do that. So that's what I was doing all day yesterday. I was getting their level testing done, inputting it into our data container, and I can kind of show you that one day if you're interested in what a data container is. I didn't know until we got a new principal last year because we've never had to do one before. I absolutely love our data container. We do it through Google. Our campus is a very big Google using campus because it's easy to share and collaborate on things with other teachers. So it's really nice, especially when you're departmentalized. Since you get all the kids, it's very nice. So we created a data container. We have all of our homeroom classes in there. And I just put all their classes in it. I just put all the kids are already in it. They have all their map from the beginning of the year, all their leveled from the beginning of the year. And then I have been inputting all of my unit assessments that I've been doing, just so I can see progress for each kid. I want to know if they're making progress, if they were there for the test, if they missed the test, you know, things like that. So this is what I was doing yesterday. This is what our packets look like. And it goes, so there's 2 books in each store, in each part. There's a nonfiction and a fiction story. So they read both stories to you. This is the A, so this is the easy one. You only do a running record on one of them, and then you score it up, but you ask comprehension questions on both. So I make them read the one that they have to get the running record on out loud, and the other one I always tell them, you can read this quietly to yourself if you want, or you can read it out loud to me. It doesn't matter. Either one is fine. If you come to a word that you're having trouble with, let me know and I can try and help you. But especially on that one, because it doesn't count against them if a running record or not. It's just I'm trying to get their comprehension. So then it comes, you get 5 questions for each book. So that's book 1, that's book 2, and then it goes into like the scoring of it. So this is where you say if they got it right or wrong and how many points they got. And then this is the very last page, so it scores it for you. So at the top, you say what was their accuracy on it. So like, and then it tells you where to go for that. And then you put the comprehension in, and then it tells you where to go for that. And then it'll give you the level that the kid needs to be on for instructional level. So this is the instructional level that those kids need to be on. Sorry, my hair is really bothering me today. But anyways, so that is what I was doing all day yesterday. Lily did it. I had a sub in my classroom, and I was pulling kids. That's all I was doing yesterday. And I only got 1 class done and 2 kids in another class. Took forever. I started with like the higher kids because I was like, you know what? They're the higher kids, so it'll go quicker. Their books are freaking long. It took forever. So, but anyways, did that yesterday. I did that all day yesterday. And at the very end of the day, my sub had them write letters to Santa asking for an elf. And then they had to tell Santa why they believed that they wanted an elf. So that was bringing in, writing a letter to Santa like they do in the beginning of the movie. Is they wrote letters to Santa asking for elves, and then that's where he decides his elves go. If you've ever watched the movie. So that is what we did. We wrote our letters asking for an elf, why we deserved an elf for our classroom, things like that, and that went great. And then today was a normal day. I was back in my classroom. Yesterday they read the book Enemy Pie. So today I kind of reviewed it with them and just kind of talked about it. We added to our anchor chart, and then we compared the 2 books, like what was the problem this one was, and we talked about like the theme of the book and point of view and things like that. And then we got into our centers, did our normal centers. I pulled groups today. It went great, went wonderful. I'm not changing my groups until after we come back because I don't think I'm gonna get finished with all the classes until like the last week is what I'm thinking. I don't think I'm gonna get finished till then. So anyways, we were doing that, doing great. Everything went great today. And then we had recess, and then when we come back from recess is when we do our science. So we did our science. I reviewed the science that we've missed the past couple of days. We read through our articles, and we did our Kahoot. Went great, went wonderful, was amazing. And then our elf got delivered. And y'all, okay, if you've never done an elf in your classroom, or if you do an elf in your classroom, I don't even remember where I found this. Years ago, I found this website about this. It was a blog. This lady does an elf in her classroom, and I kind of do it similar to what she does. I always put a letter from Santa in there. There's always a letter from Santa letting them know that he got their letters, that he is sending his most trustworthy elf, that this elf will watch over them in the classroom, and that he's so excited to hear back from the elf every night. So I just thought it was adorable. So we did that. We read through the book because the book comes with it. But if you do an elf on the shelf, put it in the freezer. That's what I do. That's what this lady told me years ago to do. So I put it in the freezer. And so when it comes to me, I get our secretary is the most amazing secretary in the world. She had mittens on when she brought this thing. And she was cracking me up. She's like, this is so cold. You've got to take this. It was so cute. But anyway, so I always put it in the freezer. That way it's cold. So it's like it just came from the North Pole. It's so cute. They are adorable. And they all like to feel it. And they're like, oh, that's so cool. And they're just adorable. So, and then we read through the letter. We read through the book. They actually picked the name Buddy. So our elf will be named Buddy. And that's so cute. And that's what I'm about to do. So I went to my car. I grabbed my big box of This is my Christmas tree. There's more parts in it here. And then I grabbed it's got ornaments in it. So the elf is about to decorate my classroom. And that's what I'm about to put together. And I got to try and figure out where I want this dang tree to go. And I think I'm putting it in that corner over there because no one ever goes over there in that corner except me. So I think that's where it's going to go. I think I'm going to put it in that corner. But anyways, so I'm going to go. I'm going to get decorating. My husband wanted me to call him, or I would do like a fast forward of me doing this. But he wanted me to call him while I was doing this because he wanted to talk. So I'm going to call him while I do this. So I will talk to you later. I will show you when everything's done. Okay, so I'll show you what I did real quick. I don't have much for my room, but it works. I have a stocking for every kid hung up, and then that's buddies. I have a band or garland that is Santa and his reindeers. I, of course, have the tree, and I'm going to put the elf in the tree somewhere. I just got to figure out how I want to do that. And then I have these two cute little signs, this little Santa North Pole, this little Santa right here, and then I got my stocking out in the hallway. And the last thing I have are that countdown sign and that tree right there. And then I put hats on my minion and my little bird. They love him, so. But yeah, that's it. So I am going to get my elf situated in the tree somehow and then move. Oh, this is new this year. I bought one of these from Hobby Lobby. They're so freaking cute. It's a little elf door. Oh. We'll see if any of my kids even realize it's there. So, but yeah, this I'm taking home. So I just left it here. But I'm going to get my stuff and go because I'm tired. Okay, y'all, we are headed into school. It is Friday and it is elf day. I also have my elf shoes that I will throw on when I get to school. But we're going to head in and I'll catch you when I get there. Hey, y'all. So it is my conference time and I am just going to kind of catch you up on what has happened so far today. So I had my first two classes. We had our intervention time. Sorry, I need to adjust. It's elf day, by the way. So I have my, but anyway, so we had all that this morning, and then it was normal. We did our normal, like read our book. We talked about today we do social studies, so we kind of talked about like social studies and different symbols that represent America. So we did that today. We got into centers. I did my reading groups. Now I'm doing folders. So I had my first two groups, so I am doing their folders. Getting them ready for next week. Go ahead and put in the copies that I made in there from yesterday. And then I probably need to go get some more books for one of my groups. So I'm probably gonna go do that. And then I think that's it. I do have a lot to do on my list, but I can't really do anything until the end of the day, or at least until after I have my last group, because, okay, so let's look at my list. I did get some grading done this morning, so that was good. So I still have to do my focus wall, which I can't do until I have the last class anyways, because I need that stuff for that class, this last class. I need to change my jobs, which I can't do until the end of the day. My pencils, I'm slowly working on my center folders. My listen to reading bookshelf, which I can't do until I have my last class. And then I need to prep my Anchor charts, which I can do that. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to go prep my Anchor charts. And then I need to take photos of my SiteWord cards too. I need to do that. So I'll do those 3 things and catch up with you. Okay, guys. So it's the end of the day. I just got done doing all my folders for their centers. So each kid has I think I've showed you this before. Each kid has a little folder. And then inside the folder, they have their word work, and then they have their writing stuff. So I showed you what we were doing. Like, I showed you what I was putting in these, but I just finished doing my last group of kids. So I need to put them in their boxes, and then put the extra papers up front, because if they lose their paper or something, they can go grab an extra one. So I am finishing up my PowerPoint for the week right now. So yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I don't really have, this afternoon went pretty well. We had a kid touch shelf. So he had to write a letter to Santa saying he was sorry, and then yeah, I think that was it. Write a letter to Santa saying he was sorry, and then he felt really bad, and he really wanted Elf to come back. So we did that. They did that. We took our science test this afternoon. It was on what we've been talking about in science. So nothing special or different there. We did that this afternoon. Oh, you know what? I don't want to do that. I want to do the same. Sorry. And then we just basically got into centers. And yeah, the science test went pretty good. I think everyone passed, which they should have, because they did a Kahoot yesterday over literally the exact same questions, and I have a pimple coming in. So that's funny. But yeah, so we got our setting for our story for the treasures. So we're going to do it in a graveyard at night. So fun. So we'll start putting the story together next week. Oh, no, we won't. We have to come up with our problem and solution, and then we'll start putting the story together. So doing our story map and getting all that done. And then I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So I am about to go home. I'm tired. It's been a long day, and I want to go home. So I'm going to go get me a treat, probably from Sonic first, and then I'm going to go home. I will talk to y'all guys next week. Let me know if there's any video or anything that y'all are interested in watching, and I will get it done for y'all. So